I'm Adam, and I'm responsible for writing the words in this book.
Hi, I'm Tuli, and I've done the illustration. So the reason I was really excited about doing the illustrations for the book was the different lyrics and the different stories that were picked for the Christmas book. So it's not necessarily the Christmas stories that you would always hear year on year at church, which is obviously why we go to church every year at Christmas, but there were the related stories that we don't often hear at Christmas, and I think that was really interesting.
How do you do Christmas with your daughter?
Well, hopefully we'll be in Scotland this year. We were meant to be there last year, but we weren't. And so we're going to celebrate Christmas Eve because that's a Finnish tradition. I'm probably going to make not a very Finnish, but Bush de Noël. That's from my family's tradition in a way. So I'll have that, basically a Christmas cake for Christmas, a chocolate cake for Christmas, and apparently that's all she wants for
chocolate
Christmas.
Cake?
Yeah, it's a French Bush de Noël. It's basically a chocolate log, Yule log, and yeah, apparently that's all she wants for Christmas. I'm not sure, and when she sees all the other presents, she probably wants them as well.
Yes.
And then we'll go to church and sing lots of things and speak to my family in Finland and Namibia. Unfortunately, my dad also couldn't get to Finland this year, so.
Yeah.
One thing that I did differently this year is I set up the Christmas tree in our dining room and just clear the space out of everything else. So there's a Christmas tree and then all our Christmas books, including this one, and all the Christmas decorations, and it's just all kind of Christmassy for the dining room, and that's really nice. So I've seen my daughter go and play, and then she wants to read books, and especially the Christmas books, which you wouldn't necessarily read other times of the year so much.
Yeah. I've got two favourite parts. One is the Three Kings, because that was a very famous tune which has been around for a long time, and to my surprise I discovered that it hasn't properly been harmonised widely for a hymn version, so I harmonised that myself. And that's quite fun because it's a bit of a march, and so you can have fun with the children on that one. But the other one is the sad one, which is what happens after the wise men leave, and you have this dreadful story about King Herod killing all the little boys in Bethlehem. And it was a hymn I wrote a couple of years ago, which I've included in here, to a tune that was written over 500 years ago. It is a very, very beautiful tune, and musicians worldwide will know it as the third mode melody. So please do go and listen to that, and then you can sing along to the chorus, which is heartbreakingly sad because it is about the parents who lost their children at Christmas. And if you're watching this and you have lost children, there's something here for you as well.
Yeah, that was a very difficult one to illustrate, and the kind of sadness and talking about really difficult emotions with children is something that I wanted to bring up, but in a non-explicit way, because you don't want, obviously, pictures of children who are deceased in the book, because it is a children's book. So the decision I made was I created a picture without any children. So in here you have parents mourning, but you don't actually have the children, so they're not present. But it's a really good way of also talking about the sadder emotions with children, even with less severe.
The children want to talk, and so having a story like this does allow children to talk about things that make them feel sad, because talking about it, of course, makes them feel better. I think the reason why I decided to write this book was in order to try and provide people with a way of engaging with the Christmas story that actually got them to delve into the Bible more. Because it's very easy to turn up at the crib service, hear the same stories, and go into the same mode. And actually, if you start to read around the story, it can take you to new and interesting places.
One of the inspirations really for the illustrations as well was the music, and so when I would paint and draw, I would listen to the music and read the lyrics, and also read the Bible and the related Bible Bible stories, and that's really what inspired the individual illustrations.
I tell you what really struck me was the front cover, because you've got this sense of the light in the dark, and of course the light is not just Jesus, but it's Dr. Luke, and he is the one who told the Christmas story that we all know and love, and I just love the idea that telling people stories makes them feel better.
We have provided, or rather Adam has provided the music in an MP3 format, and there's a link from the book onto the website, so you can go and listen to the music as you sing.
Yes.
So it makes your life a little bit easier.
So we do try to make it as easy as possible, but you don't have to sing them. You can just read the words and look at the pictures.
Yeah, read them as poems.
Absolutely.
I think it's really nice.
Yes. So how can people find this book?
So it's on Amazon, and also I believe you'll have a few copies at church as well.
Well, yes.
So when you do come to Reading, St Mary Magdalene's or St George's, it'll be here as well.
Yes.
And on Amazon across the world.